Marco Rubio. Understand the problem that Marco Rubio has now. He had done his apology tour to all the right-wingers about his immigration position, and now he has to give something back. Marco Rubio, caught in between this war that is being waged within the Republican Party now between establishment Republicans who want the party to be able to compete on the national level and the so-called Tea Partiers, which is just another way of saying the Republican electoral base, which wants their representatives to be clinically insane. Marco Rubio is attempting to thread that needle. This guy has a lot of national ambition. And here he is at a BuzzFeed Brews event in Washington, D.C., speaking with BuzzFeed editor-in-chief Ben Smith. He's asked the question about climate change. He dodges a lot of the question, but the clip is actually longer than this. But let's play a short clip of it because it's important to see how he's going to dance around this. He doesn't want to be considered one of those climate deniers. He's not willing to go into Senator Inhofe territory, but he also doesn't want to be seen as signing off on this idea that somehow human beings have any type of impact on their environment and that this isn't just God's purview. He's not going to say God.
This is a lot of parallel with his evolution comments. He's
yes.
like threading
yes.
that
I'm
needle.
no scientist, man. But here we go.
Well, first of all, the climate's always changing. That's not the fundamental question. The fundamental question is whether man-made activity is what's contributing most to it.
Now, understand, this is the fallback position, right? Yeah, okay, climate change exists because that is now categorically undeniable. I'm not going to raise the fact that this had been modeled by scientists in the past. I'm not going to raise the issue that we know the amount of carbon that has been emitted into the atmosphere over the past 100 years has jumped exponentially as determined by ice core samples. I'm not going to mention any of that. I'm just going to say, hey, okay, I'm on board with the climate's changing. But do we really think it's man, or maybe, in the unspoken word, of course, that the loonies here, it's just God just doing what he does?
And I understand that people say there's a significant scientific consensus on that issue, but I've actually seen reasonable debate on that principle.
Okay, so I understand that, yes, there's all these scientists lined up, so I want you people who are not insane to understand that I'm one of you, but I've also been reading WorldNet Daily, and apparently there's a lot of other questions about it, too.
Beyond it, the secondary question is there anything government can do about that will actually make a difference? In essence, we can pass a law that prohibits X. It has this dollar impact on our economy, which is devastating.
Now here what he's doing is he's saying, now in the event that people think that I'm crazy for arguing against what is scientific consensus, let me just say that the cost is going to be catastrophic to our environment, to our economy. Now, there's absolutely no evidence for that claim either. In fact, we've seen the implication of what the investment in green technology has done for our economy in this country. It was a major part of the stimulus bill, and it certainly helped keep our economy afloat. And to the extent that it's afloat at this point. There's also no evidence to suggest that if we cut down on our carbon use and create economic activity, I mean, Germany is a prime example of a country which has had serious economic benefits and absolutely no economic detriment to pushing their energy towards green technology. But that's a much more reasonable sounding concern than I saw a story on WorldNet Daily that said all of this was a hoax.
But can you really, but what's the benefit of it? Will it have a direct impact on actually turning around these climate changes that we're trying to address?
Okay, so there it is. So even if you don't accept my argument that we don't know if it's man-made, and even if you don't accept my argument that it's going to have catastrophic effects, can people really do anything about this? I mean, I know that we managed to fix the hole in the ozone layer, but I mean, getting back to the part, if God wants it to heat up, it'll heat up.
And that's where I think this whole thing breaks down.
And that's it. That's the way he thinks this whole thing breaks down. And earlier to this, he said, but even if all of this is true, even if we could affect it, America's not the world. Just because we do it doesn't mean that it's going to impact China. Now, we know that China is already starting to address this. They may not want to sign on to Kyoto, but we know that they're already starting to. And we know that, for instance, in Britain, Lord Stern, the author of the Government Commission Review on Climate Change that became a reference work for politicians and green campaigners, now says he underestimated the risks. This is from him at Davos recently. Looking back, I underestimated the risk. The planet and the atmosphere seem to be absorbing less carbon than we expected. Emissions are rising pretty strongly. Some of the effects are coming through more quickly. His report in 2006 pointed to a 75% chance that global temperatures would rise between 2 and 3 degrees. Now he's saying we know that they're closer to going to be 4. He backed the UK's Climate Change Act. Now, the UK, they're not the world. But apparently they're doing something. This is the way that a lunatic who's trying to appeal to the lunatic fringe so he can get through that primary in 2016, this is the way he does. And in the same way that he said, I'm no scientist, man. I don't know about this, how the world began. But good luck to you, Rubio. There's a lot of other things that are going to prevent you from being president. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Just to add to that, the original Stern report, too, was not like, we should sort of probably do something about this. Like, the original report itself was, this is a catastrophic universal threat to climate and economy. So the fact that he's saying it's worse than that, he's not pivoting off of something that was relatively mild. It was horrifying to begin with.
You know how my hair was on fire before? Well, now I've lit my whole body on fire. That's basically it.